Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. This time we're going over the yellow cards in the draft box. I'm really excited for these ones. One, we have a few apes, and I really like the ape cards they've produced in the game so far. Another one I'm really looking forward to is the God Strike Frieza. We'll talk about that more once we get into the video, though. Before we do, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the awesome Dragon Ball Super content that I post here. If you're looking for a Dragon Ball Super community to get in touch with, check out the Discord in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel or get caught up on some competitive content, make sure you check out the Patreon in the description below. And finally, guys, if you want to pre-order your draft boxes or grab your singles from the draft box, make sure to use my TCG player link in the description below. Really helps channel out, doesn't cost you guys anything extra. Really appreciate it. With that being said, we'll get into this video. So right off the bat, we have some new Bardock's crew support. We've got Great Ape Bardock Raiders Warcry. So this is a 20k 4-drop double striker. 2 energy combo though, so that off the rip is kind of weird. Now you could argue this could just be your turn 2 play because it costs 2 to combo it in. You just attack with leader, you know, whatever, draw a card, combo it in. But when you're trying to defend your life and like you're in the late part of the game, like 1 10k combos are already pretty clunky, but having a 2 energy 10k combo is almost just like having a dead extra card in your hand. Like imagine having like a Child's Wish in hand or something like that, like a World Peace in hand when you're trying to defend your life as a Shenron leader. You can't do anything with that card. You can't like pitch it, you can't combo with it. That's what a 2 energy 10k feels like a lot of time. Like think about TN from I think like set 1 or 2. That's a big problem, but let's see what the effect does and we'll see if it's worth it. So if your leader card is yellow, at the end of the battle in which you combo this card from your hand, play this card. So yellow is basically getting a combo into play double striker, but it costs 2 energy, so that's kind of neat. When you play this card, draw 1 card, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So weirdly enough, it's a Bardock's crew, but like this doesn't really synergize well with the current Bardock's crew deck because it really only does things if your leader's yellow. But I really like that second effect. When you play this card, draw 1, and then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch to rest mode. That's basically like a coquette zone, like that type of effect where you can stop one attack by comboing in this case, and then you can play it. You draw 1, so it's almost like another pseudo combo, and then you actually get to rest a battle card. You get to stop a second attack, which is really good value. This could actually be a card that sees play. Actually, no, I guess you can't even play it in blue yellow Janemba because it requires a yellow leader. So that's pretty balanced right there. This could have been a new pseudo combo for Janemba, but they balanced that out of the equation. But overall, pretty neat card. I think the 2 energy combo is going to hold it back, but we'll see what people do with it. Geen the Kind Saiyan, 3-drop 15k blocker. So nice stats for a blocker at 315 and auto sparking 3. When you play this card, choose up to 1 yellow battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your hand and play it. This is very interesting. So this is almost like a reverse chain attack. So when you play her for 3, you get to play a 2-drop yellow card from your hand. So by playing out this Geen, you get 5 energy worth of battle cards. You get a 15k beater and then whatever that 2-drop happens to be. Now this doesn't really care about what battle power that is. So you can bring out like a 2-drop 20k if you want to get aggressive. You can bring out other cool 2-drops. Like the entire card pool of yellow 2-drops is open to this. So that's pretty neat. I am really excited to see what people do with this. It's definitely not on the same power level as Chain Attack, but nonetheless, I think this is a very good card. I'm pretty excited about it. Son Goku Saiyan Reborn. It's a 1-drop 5k, 1 energy 5k combo. Auto, choose 1 card from hand place in the drop area. When you play or combo with this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode with energy cost 3 or less and KO it. Now this is very interesting. You might look at this card and think like, wow, this is a worse Son Goten Family of Justice. And you could be right in certain cases because this costs an additional card from your hand to activate. But the thing with this card is it can do it on defense as well. So Son Goten Family of Justice requires it to be your turn when you combo with it to pop a 3-drop or less. This does not care about whose turn it is. So this is almost like a Shugesh Explosive Spirit Son Goku combo or like a Green Broly BR like popping something mid-battle. This is basically doing the same thing. It just costs an extra card out of your hand and it costs you to combo this card. It doesn't hit too many things in the game. You know, it only hits 3 drops or less in rest mode, which admittedly there actually will be a lot of those attacking that are threatening. So this is actually a very good card. Very good side deck card, especially in yellow decks. I like this card a lot. Great Ape Son Goku Saiyan Instinct. This is what a lot of people are calling the Mana Sink. I guess it's like a magic term. I'm not like super sure about that, but this card's really cool. So 215 is a great stat line for draft, especially. It's definitely not bad for constructed, so just play it and attack with it. But you can activate main, pay 2 of any color, send this card from your drop area to your warp, and draw 2. So just get it out of your drop area, draw 2 cards. You don't get a body on the board by doing it, but you do get to draw 2. So for example, if you play this guy in the yellow Team Gohan leader, you could discard this card off your leader's effect to draw 2, and then you could pay 2 energy to draw an additional 2. So that's a way to get into the drop area without negging, because you don't really want to like combo with this and use it, because you're not going to go as hard plus. If you use that like type of effect where you ditch it to do something, it's a little bit more beneficial. You're not necessarily just like throwing it to the drop area for the sake of throwing it to the drop area. There's a purpose behind doing it. So that's a really good way to use this card. This also kind of propels like small yellow engines, so you could play like 4 of this, 4 Mutaito, and play like a 4 card yellow package, and kind of in the way that people splash blue for Bean, like 4 Borgos and 4 Bean, like you do a similar thing like that. So I really like this card a lot. Pan Natural Fighter, 1 drop, 1000 power. When you combo this card, choose up to 1 of your skill as battle cards, then choose 1. This card, the chosen card gains blocker for duration of the turn, or if the chosen card has 10,000 or less power, it gains plus 5,000 power and crit for duration of the turn. So that tagline right there, only choosing 10Ks or less, kind of really makes the card not super great in my opinion. Like I would actually consider playing this in blue yellow skillless if it didn't only have the 10,000 power restriction. That could be a little bit busted though by like comboing this and then like a further instruction Champa for a double strike 45k double strike crit with 2 cards and 1 energy. That could be a bit busted, but they're really trying to push this 10k vanilla thing, and it's kind of weird. But I like how this card can give like a 30k vanilla blocker for the turn. That's kind of neat, but other than that, not too crazy. This is a card that's everybody up in arms. King Vegeta, the Majestic Ruler. Permanent, negate the skills of all other battle cards. Now, as far as I know, this only affects battle cards in the battle area from a ruling that I saw online recently, meaning that it wouldn't necessarily affect super combos. Now, someone please do correct me if I'm wrong on this. I'm not 100% sure. This card's really crazy, though. A lot of people are scared about this in the like Shenron ramp deck, and you know, you just ramp to 6 on like turn 4, your world piece this guy out, your opponent can't really do much with their battle cards, and then you just like victory strike them for game because this can't negate your own victory strike. That is like a really powerful thing. I do really appreciate how this is a 6-drop. I do appreciate how it doesn't have like double strike or something game ending like that. It's an interesting card to add to the card pool, and I really like how it's called the Majestic Ruler, because it's kind of reminiscent of Majesty's Fiend from Yu-Gi-Oh. But just side point, this card is really cool. It's kind of stupid in my opinion, like just a card we didn't need, but I don't think it's like necessarily busted. Like there's a ton of extra cards to deal with it. It can be annoying for sure to deal with, but nonetheless, I think it'll see like some experimentation, but nothing too crazy. Vegeta, the King's Son, auto burst 3 drop 15k. When you play this card, choose up 2 of your opponent's battle cards, switch them to rest mode, then choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards to rest mode, and it can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. This is a very good card. This is very high value because you're basically getting rid of 2 of your opponent's combo cards, or you're just like putting yourself in a position to swing at 2 threats, and then one of them gets locked down for an entire turn. So I'm a big fan of these lockdown effects, but they're not as good as like strict removal. So they do have to do things like this to kind of bolster these effects. So letting you tap 2 and then locking down 1 is pretty decent. Not too bad. Tights, Sister of a Genius. I'm not gonna lie, like I think this is Bulma's sister. I could be wrong, but if it is, I didn't even know that she had a sister, to be honest. So 2 drop 1k. Pretty awful stats. We'll see what this says though. If you have a skillless battle card in play, when you play this card, draw 1. Then choose up to 1 of your skillless battle cards and gains plus 5,000 power for duration of the turn. Really bad card. I can't even see this card being good in draft, so we're just gonna kind of disregard it. Chaozu, Gallant Pupil. We have a 3-drop 19k blocker revenge. That's really cool. A 3-drop 19k blocker revenge is really cool because this can soak up an attack of a 15k, and then just like you don't even have to combo. For like 19k is weird because on defense it's basically 20k. On offense, it's basically 15k, so I do like that kind of balancing act. I really like this card though. It's really good design. Oracle Fish, 110k, good in draft. Tora, a new 30k vanilla for you skillless players, also going to be incredible in draft. This card, like 3-drop 30ks are like the go-tos in draft. You want those cards. Another Deluge of Power. So basically, this is going to be a 10k combo if you combo into a yellow card attack, yellow battle card attack. Shugesh, Raider's Warcry. So this guy says he's 2-drop 15. When you play this card, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode with energy cost 3 or less. It cannot be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. Again, like an underwhelming effect for constructed because like straight up removal is typically going to be better. But for draft, very good. Borgos, Raider's Warcry, 1-drop yellow. Auto, when you play this card, look up 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 Bardock Screw among them, add it to your hand. then shuffle your deck. So all these cards just looked at seem to be Bardock's crews, but the issue is like that searching that ape doesn't do anything for you, because the only Bardock's crew leader out there right now is blue, so that's kind of unfortunate. I guess you could experiment with this with like other yellow leaders, but that just remains to be seen, I guess. Chill the Cruel. This card's really neat, actually. 5-drop, 110k, 25k double strike. If you have 5 or more energy and Chill the Cruel is not in play in your battle area, when one of your opponent's battle cards switch to rest mode by a skill, activate this card, play this card from your hand. So it does require a lot of energy. Like, it requires 5 energy to play for free, but it doesn't all have to be yellow, so you can actually play like some blue-yellow objection ramp kind of thing. And then once you tap your opponent's battle card, maybe with like the Broly leader, something like that, you get to play this guy for free. I think that's really, really good. This card is something we're talking about. Frieza, Cry the Sovereign. This is a 3-drop, 5k, super weird stats, only a 5k combo, but the auto is incredible. Auto, pay 2 yellows. When you combo this card, if it's your opponent's turn, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and negate its skills for duration of the turn. So by paying 2 yellow, you get to negate the entire skills of a card. So this is better than God Strike in the sense that you don't even just get rid of one keyword skill. Like, if something has like dual attack and triple strike, you get rid of both. Like, you just get rid of both. It's so good. The only issue with this card is, though, I believe that because, you know, it says choose, if the battle card has barrier, this card is basically dead against that, where God Strike can still interact with barrier cards. So there is a bit of a pro and con weigh scale to like what's better, God Strike or this, but I think this card is going to be a very good side deck card in yellow decks for sure. Ginyu Ultimate Transformation, another super rare. We have a 3-drop, 20k, pretty decent stats. Activate main once per turn. Your opponent reveals the top card of their deck, then shuffles their deck. If the revealed card was a battle card, this card gains double strike and dual attack for duration of the turn. Otherwise, this card gets minus 15,000 power. That's really funny. This card's really interesting because, like, for one, it can be a pretty big threat. Like a 3-drop double strike dual attack 20k is nothing to laugh at, especially if your opponent's only on 2 energy. But the fact that you can like give this thing minus 15 is really weird. I really wonder where they got the design philosophy for this card, but not bad, and not even bad in like constructed either. Like, I'd be very curious to see how this interacts with like the actual yellow Ginyu archetype. Mercenary Tao the Master, 2-drop, 10k, activate main once per turn. This card gets plus 10,000 power and dual attack for duration of the turn, and that will cost an additional energy. Decent in draft. I don't think that's like that great of a card in constructed. Final Spirit Cannon, activate main, choose one of your opponent's cards and switch to rest mode, so you get to basically tap an energy for 2. That's pretty cool. Or you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode with energy cost 4 or less and KO it. So you do have a little bit of flexibility there, but like in most cases, the Khalifa from the expert deck is going to be better than this, because you can just choose an energy and rest it, and you also get to self awaken. This is like a pretty costly extra card that I don't think is quite worth it. This card is really good. So Paternal Bonds, counter attack, negate the attack, and then choose one of your cards and switch to rest mode. If you do, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch to rest mode. So again, that Coquette type effect, but this is really like the most generic Coquette zone I think we have. Now notice a few things. It doesn't require a yellow leader, which I am already in love with. Like, I think this card is so good for that reason. It's so generically good in any yellow deck. And it says choose one of your cards and switch to rest mode. It doesn't say battle card, doesn't say energy, it doesn't say anything like that. So let's say you're playing a yellow deck and you have like Planet Vegeta in your battle area. You just rest that because it's just sitting there. It's not doing anything anyway. You rest that, and then you use the secondary effect of Paternal Bonds. That's like a really good combo you can do with this. I really like this card. I wonder if they'll add in the specified cost, because right now it doesn't have a specified cost, even though in the description it does have specified cost. Just a little nitpicky thing I saw. But guys, I'm really excited for these yellow cards in this draft box. I want to know what you guys think about them in the comments below. Please let me know. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Joey. This is Crossroad TCG, and I'll see you guys in the next video.